Okay, today's one is in the key of B, that famous rock and roll key. At least it's not A flat. Loads of little twists and turns in this one. So hopefully I can do a couple of bits that, you know, with a bit of luck, you might think I've never heard that bit before. For example, after the second verse, when we get the B and the E chord, now that's a light you don't often hear in versions of this. Now, there's two great versions of this. I've never seen Delamitri do it as an encore, but I believe they did. And I have it by Def Leppard on the Yeah album. So both. I haven't heard the Delamitri one, but I'm sure it's great. And the Def Leppard one is startling, right? So it's on this album, Fate at Last, and it's called A Little Bit of Love. It's in B. And it revolves around two chords that you might think are B and E. That bit, by the way, is right before that bit. We'll get to that later on, right? Except that's not the chords, right? So sorry to take you on a wild goose chase, because the chords are B and they are E, but if you imagine that version of E and then put your little pinky down, that's the chords. Kind of labouring that point, but I really like it, and I've only recently discovered it. Right, so we've also got the intro. The intro's like, now if you're in a three-piece band, you might be able to go and then go into like that, right? So you see what I'm doing there? I'm playing a B, then an E, I'm playing that bit through it, right? I think that's played on the bass. I think it'd be really good to have on guitar, you know, in that song in a live situation. And the early guitar with the, that, by the way, that is your real Paul Kossoff chord. So it's an E chord, it's got all the notes in an E major. It's got all the notes in E, right? So we've got two verses of A Little Bit of Love. Then we've got the bridge section. Bridge section does this. Right, and if you want an easy way to remember this, because I always find these notes quite hard to remember, and I tend to play it as a slide, I tend to go. Right? An easy way, if you know what a C sharp minor scale is, you know, that's the minutes. So you just go A flat, A, B. And then we're back into that. Okay. Now there's like three bits at the hits F sharp for the there's that, but there's, you know, but there's also the totally Paul Kossoff bit. There you go. And that's an E, so it's as if he's going, I believe in you. Right before, and that lick, phrase, whatever, is again coming off this note. Now this time it's this one, so it's like A flat, and it's that sort of soul chord that it's an E chord with A flat at the bottom. Right. Now the thing is, when it goes to the bridge, right, as well as that bit, there's and then it does it again, and that stinging note is over, so we've got that bit then, and then the third time, and then a high B, maximum shake on everything, and the third time, I believe. Funny thing happens at the end of this song, right? Let's forget that inversion for a moment. So if you're just playing B, there's that, there's an A flat, and then A, E, right? And that's pretty much it, apart from the guitar solo. So we've got the a big B chord, we've got the extension, the Paul Kossoff shape, that, and this one, but in the night, got that bit, right? Second time we've got this very high Kossoff stuff. The third time, those notes, right, and the Paul Kossoff lick. Right, so apart from the guitar solo, that pretty much covers the whole thing, apart from at the end after. And then there is a funny sort of ambiguous lick that goes, right, but unfortunately you can play this in loads of different ways. So it's coming off an E flat, and we want to end in the B chord, right? But if you've got a big enough stretch, you could go, or real Paul Kossoff chord. And you just be left hanging quite ambiguously. So that's it. Those are all the parts in the song. I think the most important bit is this voicing, and the E voicing. And then say. So whenever you choose to play, or I like that one. Right. So that's it, apart from pole solo in the middle.